everybody, and welcome to the African EV podcast. Today, our special guest is John Bagiliko, who is into artificial intelligence and is the president of AI Ghana. John, welcome to the African EV
Hello,
podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, what is AI Ghana?
Okay, so thank you for that question. AI Ghana is a community of AI enthusiasts. AI meaning artificial intelligence enthusiasts, which is focused on promoting the use of AI in solving real world problems in Ghana, Africa, and beyond.
So are you for profits or non-profits? I didn't get that clearly.
Okay, so we are non-for-profit. It's not for profit.
Okay. And how did the group come about?
Oh, okay. So it was an idea that came up to me like last year, somewhere August. So I thought about it because I follow AI events a lot. Like I follow Data Science Nigeria, AI Kenya. I got in touch with Zindi, which is a data science competition platform, and those kind of things. But I realized Ghana does not have a community like that, vibrant like that, promoting AI and stuff here. So I asked myself, why don't we also start something here? So I wrote down the idea and started something, and people bought into it. We started creating our platforms like WhatsApp, um, social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and now I'm glad to say that we even have interns working with us. It's a community, but the vision is big. So we are working with people, interns, and I have a partner like co-founder and who also believes in their vision, and so we are pushing it. Yeah.
Okay. So your vision, how are you going about it in practical terms? Are you doing project? I mean, how are you going about accomplishing your goal of driving awareness and uptake of AI?
Okay, thank you very much. So as I mentioned earlier, the main goal is to promote the use of AI in solving real world problems. So in promoting, one of the ways is to kind of educate the people on what AI is all about, how to apply it in solving problems. So so far, some of the projects we've done is to organize weekend webinars to educate the members about some of the AI terminologies and how to apply and all that. And we also organized the first ever inter-university machine learning competition in Ghana, the first ever of its kind.
Okay.
And this event was so big, a lot of universities in Ghana took part. We had University of Ghana, KNUST, UDS, UCC, Blue Crest, and a whole lot of other universities. So the idea was to use machine learning. If I say machine learning, I actually mean AI, because machine learning falls under AI. So the idea was to use AI to predict when a customer will churn on a product. Let's say MTN. Like the idea was to know when a customer will stop using MTN, for example. So we had data from Expresso, which is a company, telco based in Senegal. And so they worked on that real world data to make predictions. So it was really big. So we plan to roll out some um, more webinars, conferences, workshops, boot camps, and stuff like that. So, and also we ourselves would identify some problems in Ghana and solve it ourselves just to help the country, you know. Since we are promoting, we will go the length and breadth of what we can do to solve problems with AI. So we have a lot on our plan.
Okay, I want to delve us to talk a bit more about the AI competition, the machine learning competition.
Okay.
First of all, because of COVID-19, a lot of physical programs have been called off. So, what was the format of the organization? Was it people physically meeting? Was it virtual? I mean, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Okay. Immediately we wanted to roll out like on a large scale. Then COVID-19 set in, but that didn't stop us because AI is here to kind of tackle some of these things. We didn't have to meet physically again, or we didn't have to let COVID stop us from our activity. So all our webinars have been online, and the inter-university machine learning competition was also online. So
Okay.
basically, what we've done so far has been online. We are yet to meet physically for an event. That's if COVID ever goes away. Yeah.
So you sort of time the people once they were given a problem to solve. And from what I understand, you're trying to find ways to stop chain in the telco industry, right? That's the word
Exactly.
that they normally use.
Exactly.
So you time them and give them a problem to solve, right?
Yeah. So let me explain better. So it was a competition for a whole day. We
Okay.
started at 8 a.m. and closed at 5:30, getting to 6. So we have data like customers, customer data from this telco I mentioned, Expresso, which is
Okay.
based in Senegal. Over 2 million customers, data from or information. I don't know how to put it for a layman to understand. So basically, customer
Over 2 million
information.
subscribers information.
Yes,
Is that what
for
you are saying?
Expresso. Yes. So we
Yes.
have over 2 million of those customers, the information about those customers. So we gave to these participants, the universities, for them to work on, build models, AI models, I mean machine learning models, to try to predict. So how it happens is that, for instance, I have, let's say, the 2 million data points as in customers. So I'm going to pick like 1.5, like 1,500,000, something like that, customers. And I will try to create a function such that if a customer is like 20 years old and he lives in Accra and he works as a teacher and he earns this a month, then he's likely, and he buys, let's say, credit 20 cedis a week, he's probably going to churn. However, if he buys, if he's 15 years and he stays in, let's say, Kintampo or Techiman, just those information, he's probably going to stop using MTN because the data points are such that Expresso was able to study the customers. Okay, we have your information, your age, where you stay, how much airtime you buy. So we study, they study them for 90 days. And in that data point, they were able to tell all the customers who stopped using their network after the 90 days and those who didn't stop. So we have a mix of them, those who stopped and those who didn't stop. So we are going to follow the trend of what happens for a client to stop using Espresso, for instance, and what will happen for a client to not stop using. So the idea is to build a model, a function to predict for unknown or future clients. So if a new client comes and he gives us his information, like where he stays, his age, the work he does, we will be able to tell whether he will stop using Espresso or let's say MTN after 90 days.
In other words, what you're saying is that with the data that's already that they are giving to the participants, they can discern patterns. That okay, so those who stop using Espresso, these are the common
Yes.
attributes of all of them. So therefore, if you see somebody, another group of people, or an individual with these attributes, it is likely he's
Yes.
also going to behave the same way. Is that
Exactly.
right? So it's a form of
Exactly.
predictive
Exactly.
solution.
The future. Yes.
Then what about the other side of the next level, where we now want to find ways of preventing that person from churning? Was that also part of the solution that you worked on?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for mentioning it. It's very important because usually people don't think about the after event. You know, you have your model and it predicts, and then what? So I'm happy that you asked this question. So basically, when you build, when you descend the pattern, you know, to tell when a client is going to churn and when he's not going to churn, you should be able to explain what is happening. You know, what pattern, what have you observed? What are the patterns? What does the client follow to either stop or not stop? So you are able to even visualize, you know, how the people, the customers are clustered. Or this group of people are like this, and these people are like that, and that's why this group usually stops. So the final decision is not you, the one who built the model, but the organization or the company that gave you the data. So you give them the model and what you found, and then they will make the final decision as to keeping those people who are about to change, probably increase their promotions, reduce the cost of their promotions and stuff, give them good offers to keep them. So usually the final decision is not the one, the builder of the model, but the user.
But it's possible that in a scenario like this, the business can give to the AI modelers some of their business rules that okay, so for those who are going to change, the system can you can design the system in such a way that it will automatically do A, B, C to prevent that person from churning. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. So like I said, when you build a model, you're able to tell which characteristics or features of a client makes him churn or not churn. You're able to know this information. So the organization involved can then make a decision based on the information you've given them, because you've explained your model, what you found out, like you did some visualizations, analysis of the data. So you give them all the insights you found out when you were building the model, and then they will make the final decision.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think my next question about this program was
Mhm.
was there a reward system? Like, okay, so you have a competition. How many teams were in the competition anyway?
We recorded over 80 people registering.
80 individuals
Yes,
or
80
teams?
students.
80
80
students.
students.
Okay,
Yes.
and they were grouped into teams, I believe.
Yes. So each university has students participating, and these students can form teams, and a team has 4 people maximum.
And
And
minimum is what?
one, you can take part as an individual. So
Okay.
what is happening is that the universities compete among themselves, and teams in a university are also kind of competing among themselves, because only one team can win from a university. You cannot have 2 teams winning from one university. So even though they are all coming from the same university, but they each compete to be the first on the leaderboard, and we are monitoring them on live, like it's live. So we are monitoring them on the platform. So they make their submission, you build your model, you submit, and we are able to see where you are, your position on the leaderboard. Everything is free, like fair. And at the end of the day, we select the best 3 on the public leaderboard. Everybody is seeing it. Even the participants are all seeing the leaderboard. So it's that fair.
Whilst they are
So
working.
yes, while you are working, you are able to follow and see. That's how the Zindi platform is. So at the end of the day, the top 3 are the winners. There was cash prizes. There were cash prizes. The first prize, the student team, the first team gets 2,900 Ghana cedis, and
Okay.
their university gets 7,250 Ghana cedis. The second team would get 1,750 Ghana cedis, and their university gets 5,800 Ghana cedis. And the third team gets 1,150, and their university gets 4,350 Ghana cedis. And this is why um, we want everyone to know that AI has really come to solve problems and also to give people jobs and things like that. I mean, did you just hear the amount I mentioned? This is money where students get to win. They could use this to pay part of their fees and stuff. So it's really important. Apart from solving the problem, you also get to win some prizes.
Or you can use it for
And
beans.
pardon?
You can use it for food.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, but I have a number of questions. Uh,
Cool.
First of all, with the cash prizes, um, why the format? Because from what you said, it seems that for every student that wins, or every team that wins, they get less than their universities. Why should the universities
Okay.
earn more than the students who are actually making the efforts? And
Making the
if,
effort. Okay,
if
thank
for
you.
example, we are a team of 4, it means that most likely we will split the amounts equally amongst us.
Thank you very much. So what happens is that the university, after getting that money, is supposed to use it to build an AI community in the school. And we will follow up to ensure that they actually use this money for that cause. So the idea is not to just give money out, but also ensure that we are actually promoting AI. People are building AI communities in their schools, their organizations, which is why we give something to the students. We know that it's not much. This could be more. If we get more partners, it could go up. But then the whole idea is to build communities in the school using this money, which is why the university tends to get a higher amount. But they are not going to spend it. They will use it to build communities, AI communities. Yeah. Which the students, the participants get to also benefit in addition.
Okay. I think I'll move on from that because I still have a number of questions along those lines, but let's move on. So, where is the source of this cash prize? I think I alluded to it earlier, but I want it to be clear.
Okay. So basically, I couldn't introduce myself. I guess I wasn't asked to, or so, or maybe I
Don't
missed
worry,
that.
don't worry. We get into that.
Okay. So basically, Zindi, we worked with Zindi, and I'm the country ambassador for Zindi. It is
So, can
a
you start
data
for me?
science competition platform. Zindi is Zindi,
Okay.
Zindi Africa. So Zindi was in charge of that, and Google sponsored internet charges and all those. So we got the funds because we are working with Zindi, and Zindi was in partnership with Google. So that happened, and it was so nice. Yeah.
Oh, so Google collaborated with you, and then Zingy. That's where the source of the funds are coming from.
Yes.
Okay. So
Exactly.
this competition, what is going to be the frequency? Is it a one-off or is it going to be regular? If it's going to be regular, what's the frequency? Is it quarterly, monthly, yearly, biannually? I mean,
Okay. Mm. Um, so basically, like I said, Zindi is a data science competition platform. Um, Competitions run all the time, every time on that platform. We could run it every month, provided we get funding. We could even run it every week, provided we get funding. But at the moment, I can say that the inter-university one can be run at least once a year. We could have other smaller
okay.
competitions where we don't need much funding to do. But for the main inter-university ones, we could do that once a year. At least that's what I can say for now.
Your sessions, are they, your webinars, are they limited to only those in Ghana? Say if I'm in Kenya or even in France, can I join your webinar?
Yeah. So it's not closed to Ghanaians only. I mean, it's not open to Ghanaians only. We have people joining from South Africa, the US, Canada. Like, it's open to everyone since it's an online thing. Everybody can join.
Okay. And how do I get in touch with AI Ghana if I want to?
So you can find us on all social media platforms. When you search AI Ghana, you would find
Okay.
us. When you go to YouTube AI Ghana, you can follow some of our previous webinars that we recorded. And
Yeah.
you can also get directly in touch with me via my phone number. I don't know if you want me to do that.
Okay. I think I'll include that in the link, as you can see here.
Sure.
John's phone number. And that'll
Sure.
be fantastic. Okay. So one last question: how did you get into AI?
Okay. At the University for Development Studies, where I studied pure maths, I gained a scholarship to the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences, Senegal. And there I studied big data and computer security. Basically, it's also a master's in mathematics. So it was there I was introduced to machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and all that. And there I also got to learn how to program very well. So the program was such that after 10 months, you get the opportunity to work with an organization, to intern with an organization. So I interned with one Senegalese company called Volcano, where I worked as a data scientist and software developer. So it was there I actually got to work on real projects, code very well. And so after my master's, I still continue to work with that organization while also taking part in a data science competition called the Data Hack 4FI, which means for financial inclusion. It's a Pan-African data science competition, and about 7 countries or so were taking part. That was last year. So I also got involved and I was participating for Ghana. So in Ghana, we had a whole lot of, like many people took part. Um, and then about 7 people were selected as the finalists or the actual participants, because the initial one is like, okay, everybody gets selected, we get enrolled in the Microsoft professional program in data science. We all did that.
Okay.
So I'm a certified Microsoft certified data scientist. But then after that program, they selected the best, I think 7, to now compete for Ghana, in Ghana, for them to select the best 2. So I got selected, and when we did the finals, I was the winner, and I represented Ghana in Rwanda. So basically, that's how my data science AI journey started.
I think we have a connection problem because I couldn't hear the last part. But
Okay.
I was saying that it has been a pleasure having you on the African AV podcast. I'm sure that we'll be bringing you back for more topical discussions. Today, we want to get some perspective on AI Ghana and what it is that you are all about and the state of AI in Ghana and Africa from an up and coming data scientist as well as your organization. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, have a nice day. Yeah, bye.
Okay, bye.